The Promise of Tomorrow. Written by Annemarie Brear. Narrated by Sarah Sampino
and Liam Price. Prologue. Warwickshire, May 1912. Vernon McBride was a happy man, as he sauntered along the sharply trimmed gravel path, meandering through the bountiful garden beds and lush green lawns. He chuckled at nothing, bowing and tipping his hat to anyone who passed. The smell of spring and early summer flowers that he couldn't name filled the air. Contentment and pride straightened his spine, squared his shoulders and brought a smug smile to his face. "Will you stop grinning, McBride? You look like a circus performer strutting about like that." Neil Featherstone, his friend, mocked him as they walked along the path, the women in front. McBride's smile widened. Nothing and no one would ruin this day. "It is my birthday, my good fellow. Allow me the pleasure of it." Oh yes, life was good. Brilliant even. And the reason for this vast improvement to his world was the arrival of Charlotte Brookes and her sister Hannah, distant cousins who, after losing their last closest relative, was now under his care. Years ago, their father Jeremy, for reasons no one will ever know, selected Vernon as guardian to his two daughters in the unlikely event of the girls being left without family. No one expected that to happen, of course. The girls grew up being loved by not only their parents, but their grandparents as well. When Jeremy died 5 years ago, and his strange request was read out in the will, no one, especially not the girl's mother, Imogen, expected anything to come of it, for Imogen and her parents were in good health. Yet, within 4 years of Jeremy's death, they too were gone, and Charlotte and her younger sister Hannah were alone. Featherstone shortened his stride, allowing Mrs. McBride and the Misses Brookes to walk further ahead so he couldn't be heard. "Your birthday is the only reason. It's not that you're now in care of heiresses. Or is it that you sampled the fleshy delights at Madame Carling's establishment last night?" McBride flashed a look ahead at his wife, and content that Featherstone hadn't been heard, let out a breath. "I haven't frequented Madame Carling's for some days. I've been too busy." "Yes, counting the young lady's money, no doubt." Featherstone, a reedy-framed man with feline eyes, gave him a knowing wink. "Lucky swine." "Come now, Neil. Don't let envy get in the way of our friendship." Slapping him on the shoulder, McBride strode on. "Oh, I won't, especially if you send some of it my way. I tell you that Chigwell land holding will make an excellent development. The plans—" Yes. Don't keep harping on about it. It's my birthday. The sun is shining and we have Charlotte to look at as we dine later. I don't wish to talk business today." Seeing Featherstone's fallen expression, McBride sighed. "We'll discuss it tomorrow, I promise. But today we enjoy ourselves. You know, Featherstone, you should find yourself a wife." "Someone like Charlotte, perhaps?" "No!" he yelled, causing those people closest to stare and his wife to stop and turn to frown at him. He lowered his voice. "Charlotte isn't for the taking." "I didn't mean it, of course, McBride. You know me, always one for a jest." Featherstone had the good sense to make it a joke. McBride smiled and waved his wife and the girls on. "Well, don't jest where she is concerned. Charlotte is mine." "Yes, you're her guardian, I know, but she'll marry one day and then—" "Oh yes, she'll marry all right. She'll marry me." Featherstone jerked to a stop and stared at him as though he'd sprouted horns out the top of his head. "You? But you're already married." He leaned in close to Featherstone. "A minor detail, friend. A minor detail. I'm all for going after what you want, McBride, but to rid yourself of a wife? You don't understand. I married Deirdre for her father's money, as he had promised me I would get it if I took Deirdre off his hands, and of course I expected a son to carry on my line. Well, I ended up not receiving a penny and she's barren. I've had to get where I am today by years of wheeling and dealing until I can't think straight. Nothing has been given to me. I've earned everything I have, but I want more. Now it's time to try again, and Charlotte is my ticket to a life I should have had when Deirdre's father passed. I'm due, wouldn't you think?" Featherstone glanced at Deirdre's straight, narrow back and grimaced. "I suppose you could be right, McBride." McBride chuckled, knowing exactly what was on.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?